So as you can see right here, we have another contestant on who can hate black people more or loathe them more. And the contestant's name is Linda Catalina. I couldn't tell you who this woman was from a hole in the wall, but I just came across her post on X because someone screenshotted it and posted it up on their page. And this, of course, is coming after the election. This is 4 days later. And she wrote, "Blacks are just mad that Latinos don't want to live in a low vibrational state of fear like they live in. They all want minorities to be stuck in the past like them, hate white people and follow their lead or else they will turn on you. F that. That's why I've never been an ally." Well, Linda, we've never seen you as or people such as yourself as an ally anyway. She just laid the foundation as to why this black and brown quote unquote coalition doesn't work. But if you look at how they voted, and we went over the exit polls in this recent election, I can honestly say that there is indeed a white and brown coalition just based on how they voted. They basically, at the end of the day, got exactly what they wanted. They wanted to cozy up to white people, and they successfully did it with this election. But unfortunately for them, that's probably as far as that coalition is going to go. Remember, I just did a video about that black Trump supporter who got upset and went on to TikTok to air out his grievances about a white guy that said you were nothing more than a vote. Well, the same could definitely be said about this Linda chick. You were nothing more than a vote to get to wherever it is they need, because if they wanted to go back to making this a white ethno state, where do you think that's going to put you at? That's probably one of the biggest questions that Linda would be asked, to be quite honest here. And let's also be very clear, our lineage in this establishment goes way back further than hers, because she was going all up and down her profile saying that she was born here. Well, were your parents born here? Were your grandparents born here? Because I'm sure that by the time that we at least get to the great grands, they were probably not born here. Just being completely honest. But she wrote this on there, and it was an attempt to gaslight. She tried to make it seem like as if she was telling the truth, and what's so sad is you had other people on there that was agreeing with what she was saying, and unfortunately it was even some other black people. Now, whether they were FBA or not, I'm not entirely sure, but the fact of the matter is that you had other melanated people up there agreeing with what she said. But then as time continues to go on, she then eventually exposes her own grip, which leads me to this post right here. So if you look at it, Linda wrote before she made I don't know if she made the post that I went over first, or if she made this post second, but either way, let's go over it. She said, "I'm glad Latinos are seeing how much black Americans hate us." And now, as you can see, she's narrowed it down to black Americans. She's not just saying black people anymore, which would encompass just about anybody under the umbrella of blackness in the diaspora. Now she's limited down to black Americans specifically, which would be us or FBA. Then this woman replied to her saying, "Why are y'all not saying this about white people who want to deport you no matter what your citizenship status? Why do you immediately come for black people?" To which then Linda reposted this. She screenshotted it and she reposted it and says, "My next payout is going to be lit," put a fire emoji, "perpetual victimhood and never-ending gaslighting." So she basically just told you right there in that response that she does this for engagement. She's engagement farming. Much like what I told you that Myron Gaines does every time he gets on here and he says something about black people, whether it's black men, black women, or just black people as a collective. It's all engagement farming, and they notice that they do it on this platform X. They do it on there because that's where most of their engagement tends to come from, because they can't garner it anywhere else. Remember, Fresh and Fit, they got demonetized. They've been demonetized on so many platforms I can't even count. I think Rumble's the only platform now where they can make money. And to show you how weak her platform is, and I'm not talking about on X, someone actually kind of like indirectly led me to another platform that she's on, and when you see the numbers, you can see why she does the engagement farming the way that she does on X. So what you see right here is a screenshot of her YouTube channel, like the front part of it, like when you click on it and all of that stuff. She has like 9,100 and something subscribers on her channel, and the last video she posted was 2 months ago, and it only garnered about 284 views. She cannot get higher than that. But then I looked in her popular, and her most highest watched video was like 13,000 views. But guess what? It was from 2 years ago. She cannot gain anything higher than that. And then when you look at her thing, at her title, it says most peaceful Latinas. What she talks about on here is a far cry from whatever she posts up there on her X account. Now on her YouTube channel, I was just scrolling down, and nowhere on it did she talk the same way that she does on X, meaning she doesn't say the things that I'm showing you right now as it pertains to black people, specifically black Americans. She doesn't do the engagement farming, she doesn't do the rage bait or anything like that. She's talking about something completely different, but she can't get the engagement on that, as you can see by these views, and she hasn't posted anything in the last 2 months. But when she's on X, she basically, also what I noticed too is when she's not posting anything about black people, she doesn't get the engagement either. So what does that tell you? That she has to talk ill and degrade black people in order to get views and likes and engagement. What have I told y'all? That the foundation of every grifter's grift is the degradation of black people, especially black Americans. She just proved my point. But let me also throw in this little insert. This is a screenshot of her bio. Look at this. Linda Catalina, she has a blue check mark that she most likely paid for. Civil rights icon. That's laughable in and of itself. Political and cultural commentary, host of the Miss MPIP podcast, or whatever that thing says, 305, Miami's finest Karen. So she's referring to herself as a Karen. Jewelry merchant, hashtag Trump 2024. So yeah, this woman is a joke in more ways than one. I mean, the fact that she called herself a civil rights icon, that's insane. And then she said Miami's finest Karen, and this woman isn't even white, but she refers to herself as a Karen. Go figure. Now remember when the black woman had asked her, why doesn't she go at white people about it, and why do you have to come at black people? Well, I'm gonna show you two posts in which someone asked her to answer the question and how she chose to respond to it. So here's the first one. You have this person who goes by the name of Coach Stacks on X, says answer the question as it pertains to the post that you saw before, the bio post that I showed you. She replies with cry about it. She doesn't have a response to it except to just say cry about it, because she knows if she responds to it in the way that she should answer the question properly, then it would expose her whole narrative, even though she exposed it herself and saying she's only doing this for a payout, which, to be honest, she's probably not going to get much off of it anyway. Same here. This person says good for you, answer the question though, and she replied back with cry more. So in one response, when someone asked her to answer the question, they said cry about it. She said cry about it. Then this person says answer the question, and she says cry more. So literally she's telling you right there, she has the nerve to say we're low vibrational. She can't even say anything more than cry about it and cry more when they asking her to answer the question, because she can't answer the question without really telling what it is. And the thing is, we know what it is. She probably even knows what it is. But in order to keep her little grift going, she's not going to do that. And like I said, she can't get engagement on her YouTube channel. She hasn't posted in 2 months. And when the last time she did, she only got like 284 views. It stopped, it capped right there. And when she can't even get engagement on her X account unless she's talking about us. I keep telling people, let me say it again. I said it a few minutes ago. I'll say it again. The foundation of every grifter's grift is the degradation of black people, specifically black Americans. I don't give a damn if you have to get it tatted on you, if you have to, I don't know, put it on your mirror and so you can visualize and see it on your way out the door in the morning. It just is what it is. She has proven that. Myron has proven that, and so many of these other grifters out here have proven that as well. Now, there's one last thing that I have to show you as it pertains to this that's going to wrap this whole thing up. So we have this person right here who replied to her under the initial post, and they said stop tweeting and worrying about us because we for damn sure ain't worrying about you, thanks in advance. She decides to reply back with her goofy self, then get off my comments. But wait a minute, you're the one that brought us up. We didn't say, or black people didn't say anything about you specifically, or Latinos for whatever reason. She's the one that probably, I don't know if she saw something that prompted her to write this, but the thing is, she wrote one thing and it led to another thing and led to another thing. She posted like 3 posts. And then she's going to say, then get off my comments, but you're the one that said something. Did you not think that people were not going to catch on or spread around what you said and people were not going to come and check you? Like, this woman is delusional. She is living outside of her mind. And for those who wanted to know, yes, she's another one of those who has hitched her train onto the MAGA wagon. Or hitched her car, I should say, onto the MAGA wagon. I've seen pictures of her, wearing red and wearing the Make America Great Again hat and all of that. Yes, she's one of those who wants to be over there or feel more important than she actually is. And I hope she gets the wake up call too, just like that black guy did that I did the Triple P on not too long ago. But yeah, I tell you, some of the best content that I can find to talk about these individuals comes off of this platform. I may not like the stuff that they say, but damn it, it's so good when you can call them out and roast them. And the thing is, I didn't even really roast her like that. If you want to see the roast, just go on the X and type her name in and look in the comment sections or in the quoted post, and you can see the roast for yourself. Bypass the ones that are agreeing with her because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. But yeah, again, this Linda Catalina person, who I just learned about probably about an hour ago before recording this video, is a nothing burger. She is lame. She is a loser. The only way she can get her engagement up is to talk about us. She literally just said it. She said it out of her own mouth. Engagement. This gaslighting. It's lit. The payout is going to be nice. And I don't know how much she thinks she's going to get paid. And honestly, I don't care. But the fact of the matter is, she's going to have to keep it going for as long as she possibly can. And she knows that the only way she can do that is to talk about us. She can't talk about her own people like that. She can't talk about Asians like that. And she for damn sure ain't going to talk about white people like that. Especially not them, because those are the ones that are giving her a proverbial pat on the head like the sad little lost orphan dog that she is.